So I'm at my sister's store here. The weather's kind of crappy out today. My dog's waiting for me in the truck. But this is the general store here in Big Falls. If you guys get a chance, come check it out. It's my sister's store now. She bought this, and we're doing everything we can to get it all tricked out. And we're gonna have a bunch of antiques in here and stuff. So we're trying to get her set up so that eventually this will be the coffee and ice cream section in here. And then it's like antiques, mantiques, boutiques, whatever you want to call it. She'll have a whole bunch of stuff in here. And then there's a hardware store in the back. It's turning out pretty nice. So I like that she put the gumball machine for the kids. We put a bunch of antiques and stuff in here.
I got some new little shot glasses that they made for me yesterday. They're really cool.
What do they say on the back?
They say Big Falls, Minnesota.
Sweet.
There's a bunch of different ones.
Yeah, those turn out nice. So this, my sister brought this up here, and we stuck this here, and then I took the fence that was falling out back, and I put all the fence boards on the wall. She helped me do all that stuff. We figured out how to make it look old in here, and then she painted that up there. She's gonna put a bunch of vintage pictures of her store, the Big Falls Mercantile. And then I made this anvil and stuff for the store. We got all kinds of cool stuff in here. Found this old Coke machine, put a piece of wood on top of it so we can display stuff. And then in the springtime, we popped this wood off. We put an ice chest inside to sell sodas and water and whatever. And then this green shelf right here was, it was in the back. It was a wall, and we ripped it out, brought it back here, sunk it into the wall. And then we put barn tin here behind it. And then these are some of the mantiques. Ron made that one, and then this one right here, I made this a while back. Then we have a bunch of the globes for sale, whole bunch of stuff in here. And then this safe is like 2,000 pounds, extremely heavy. We brought this up here, it was a pain in the ass. Then the hardware store's in the back right here. This place just goes back there forever. And then you got the grocery store over here. And then my sister we brought the cabinets up here. This was over there in the corner. And we brought the cash register and all the cabinet and everything, and ran all the lines underneath through the floor. And then she put all the wood and stuff on the front. Looks really trick. And then she's got knives and bullets and all that crap here. There's tons of shirts and, you know, whatever. You guys will have to come in here and check it out. Come in here and support my sister in her store, you know. And she's changing all the displays in here, you know, to how she wants them. So eventually it's gonna be really nice in here. And then we took some more fence board here, and then she hung up baskets and put the ice chest and all that stuff for sale here. And then this goes into the grocery store. And then you have more clothing and stuff over here. Really trick place. You guys got to get in here and check it out. There's a lot of car parts, antiques, all kinds of goodies. Anything you want to say?
No.
Oh, now you act camera shy. So the brothel is upstairs if you guys want to rent women. Yeah, it turned out really nice. I'm proud of her. You know, she's doing a really good job, and the place is all cleaned up now, and we've been doing a lot of neat little things. This here was a horse trough, and I flipped it upside down, and then, you know, made all the wood shelving and stuff, and she's displaying her clothing on here. And then this, my sister and I pulled this out of the back, and then Heidi got these buckets, and we bolted those in here. And the shelf is actually backwards. We flipped it around, put the deals on there for the kids' candy and stuff. So yeah, it's exciting to see something in Big Falls happening like this, you know. And eventually we're gonna go back in there and do this whole thing where everything's lower, so you can see across the whole store, and then do all the wood on the walls and stuff, make it look vintage. You don't have nothing to say?
Nope.
How long you own the store?
Since June 4th.
Yeah?
Yeah,
You excited about all this?
very.
What's the next plans?
Next plans is, I'm gonna say, probably put the ice cream and the coffee, hot coffee, cold coffee, and ice cream in there. So it'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, so I mean, if, and what town are you in and all that? You want to tell them where you're at and whatever?
This is in Big Falls, Minnesota. And we have kayaking, which right now you probably don't want to do because it's getting a little cold. And then we've got 6 apartments upstairs. 3 of them are full-time rentals and 3 of them are daily rentals. And then we have propane. You can also do the propane if you need it, or got a little of everything here in this little town.
Yeah, I like the, and you know, like she's got sporting goods and everything here, the fishing and, you know, hunting supplies and all that. And in the back, there's a lot of stuff like concrete and whatever. So, I mean, it's pretty much got everything in here. It's really cool. You know, something for the kids, something for the men, women, you know, everybody. Gifts. But no, I'm proud of her and she's doing great. And you guys stop by and support my sister. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, welcome to Outlaw Edge. So what I got going on today is I'm getting the frame ready for Rogue. The motor's getting built. The motor ended up getting broke. It got tore up on the dyno. And so we're going from a small block Chevy to an LS. And I'll tell you guys about that more later. But all my parts are sandblasted and ready to go back into primer. They're in primer right now, but I just did a light coat just so they didn't rust. They're starting to get a little bit of surface rust on there, excuse me. And then I have all the new bushings and everything. I brought all my parts down here. They were all upstairs. All new tie rod ends, upper and lower ball joints, seals, gaskets, bearings, everything. And changing the bearings and the seals and everything on the rear end, getting that stuff all ready right now. And on the 4-link, on the bars, I'm changing the bushings. That's what I've been doing this morning. And getting the bolts. I ran to my sister's store and grabbed all the bolts and hardware and washers and everything that I needed for the 4-link and the rear end differential cover. And I also have brand new master cylinder, wheel cylinders, or not wheel cylinders, brake calipers, rotors, and the parts for the sway bar. All brand new rubber lines for the brake lines for the front hoses. And what else? And then, you know, brakes and all that other crap. And then I got the new bushings for the A-arms. I'll be pressing those in just a minute. These things are kind of a bitch right here. I was messing around with these this morning, getting the new ones in. These are brand new right here. And they were kind of a pain in the ass. I'm glad this wasn't something that was freshly painted or something. I'm glad it's only in primer. So those were kind of a pain in the ass. I need to wipe them down, but when I go to paint this frame, I'll wipe everything down with, you know, acetone first, and then I'll wipe it down with wax and grease remover. But trying to get the frame ready because I want to get the motor put in it, and I got the brand spanking new 700R4 transmission to go in it. Oh, excuse me. And also the bushings and everything for the A-arms. I'll get those in hopefully next couple days. And then I have the new bushings for, you know, like on the sway arm. And then I think one of these spindles had a broken bolt somewhere. I don't see it. Yeah, I think maybe this one. I don't know. I'll have to look in there unless I already drilled it out of there. But anyways, that's what I'm working on today. I'm gonna get some more done, and I'd like to get this rear end put together. I have the gears to clean up. Everything got rusty from sitting outside. I pushed it outside because just didn't have the storage in here. And you know, it's not like it's gonna hurt anything because everything's gonna get tore apart, cleaned up, and put back together. So that's what I'm working on today because I like to get this thing sat on the table, ready to put the airbags in. And I have all the new airbags and the lines and the tanks and solenoids and valves and all that stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep jamming on the frame, and maybe I'll film some more after a bit. What I'm using here is a gasket disc, and these are made by 3M, and it's a Rolox. A lot of people haven't seen these, so when I do use them, I try to show them because I've seen a lot of guys in my shop go, what the hell are those, you know? And it looked like this before, and then you can see what it does. It just polishes it, but it's not taking any metal down, so you're not screwing up. Like you use it on aluminum or stainless and whatever, and it doesn't end up eating anything down because this is plastic. So it ends up burning the disc down, but at the same time, it's cleaning really nice. So the next thing I'm gonna do, these are 5/16 coarse holes. I had a hard time, some of these bolts were broke off in here. I drilled them out, pulled them out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna re-tap these holes so that they're nice and clean. And then in here, I'm gonna get all this stuff all cleaned out. A little bit of surface rust in here. Pull these rags out, get all the new gears put in and the new parts, and then I'll get this siliconed up. And I painted the differential cover just with some primer. And these are for the, those are for the 4-link. Those are the washers that goes, actually they go on this side, but you know, when you put the arms on there, it's just a washer for the arms there. So I'm trying to get everything in primer, getting everything ready so it all turns and works and whatever, and I could put, you know, oil in the rear end and all that crap. I need to get these surfaces cleaned up next and get the bearing races pulled out, cleaned up, changed, whatever. And what I'm doing right now is I'm using Super Clean. Thanks Super Clean for sponsoring this video. Really appreciate it and sending that stuff to us. And I'm using the Super Clean to degrease all this, and then I'll spray it down with water, dump it out, and then spray some brake clean or acetone or something like that in there. And then this rear end's gonna be ready to go. And I'll make sure that I get everything out of the tubes also. And then the frame sitting over there, I'll be able to mount it up real soon, next couple days.